Hi, it's Ken DeRoche on Ken DeRoche TV. I'm coming to you from Eston, West Central Saskatchewan, Canada. And my last three videos, I've been talking about what the purpose of my channel is, what I'm going to be doing. And this video is going to cover the last category. So far, we've covered cheaper than therapy, which is humor and motivation. Uh, we've covered boomer banter, which is a look at life from a baby boomer's point of view. I am a baby boomer. I was born in 1957. And the final category that I want to cover is the Frugal Foodie. This is a channel intended to help you save money and stretch your budget, not just on food, but also on day-to-day living. How to shop wisely. And I'd like to think that after all my years together with my wife, we've been married 44 years. We've always done all of our shopping together, so we're both really up to date on pricing as far as grocery goes, and that kind of thing. Um, for sure, we've noticed over the last 2 years an incredible increase in the price of groceries. Um, we were probably spending as a couple a couple of years ago around 350, 400 bucks a month to feed the two of us. It crept up to around $1,000, and now we're pushing back to bring down the price of groceries as much as we can. I'm sure you've seen examples of how much food costs nowadays in Canada. Uh, Recently, I was in a grocery store lineup, and the person ahead of me had four oranges. Four. Great big, beautiful navel oranges, I'll give you that. But it rang in at close to 15 bucks for four oranges. Butter in our part of the Canada is well over 7 bucks a pound. It's over 9 in many places around the country. And we all know how pricey gasoline is right now. So the purpose of my channel is also going to be covering frugal living. One of the things that I will do early on is I will define the difference between being cheap and being frugal, and they are quite a bit different. I think it's imperative now, especially with people on fixed incomes or young families that never really had to learn how to shop in a frugal manner. I'm reminded of a very good friend of mine in Alberta. Uh, Her and I worked at and organized youth camps in the summertime for a few years. And I'll never forget the first time her and I went shopping for a youth camp. I think we were feeding about 30 or 40 kids. Now, this lady was a template engineer with Imperial Oil. Her husband was the senior environmental control officer in Cold Lake, Alberta, for Imperial. So, decent living between the two of them. I would describe it as a little bit more than decent. But great folks. They shared um, in the community in many ways, and grew to really appreciate them. But I'll never forget the first time that Sue and I went shopping for uh, a youth camp, and I'm being my frugal, tight-fisted self, and we were going. When it comes to meat, I head to the freezer right away because that's where most grocery stores will put their meat before its best by date. Quite often, grocery stores will freeze meat and discount it and sell it. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. So, I headed to the meat department, and she's going, "Are you sure that this?" Yeah, I said, "This stuff is perfectly fine. Usually frozen 2 or 3 days before its best by date." Um, and then we got to the bread aisle, and she said, "Well, we have to buy McGavin's. I mean, it's the best bread and it's worth the money." And I said, "Well, I want to show you something." And I picked up the store brand and the McGavin's bread and showed her the address for the manufacturer or the baker of the bread, and the address was exactly the same, and she was kind of astounded by that. Um, um, I'm going to talk a lot about being able to replace name brand with generic product and that kind of thing. And some of the advice I'm going to give is not going to be grocery related per se. It's just going to be advice for frugal living, and it'll really help people on fixed incomes and young families to stretch their budgets uh, as far as it can possibly go. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching again. Um, Going forward, I will be producing the actual videos in those three categories: cheaper than therapy, the frugal foodie, and boomer banters. So I hope you'll join me for all of those. Thanks for being here today, and I could really use your help in growing my channel if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that whenever I come out with something new, you'll be notified right away. Thanks again. Have a great day.